Yo, hey, hey, I love that beat, man. Shout out to my son, man. Shout out to my son, man. Straight up. Little CJ. I can find him on all the social media platforms, man. He make crazy beats, man. You need some crazy beats, hit him up, man. Little CJ, man, for real, for sure. If you need it, if you need one, hit me up. You know what I mean? I'll connect you. I'll play middleman. I ain't trying to take nothing off the top. I'm just trying to make sure my son got a I respect the fact that he has a way of generating income his own way, and he's start trying to start his own business. You know what I mean? At such a young age, you know what I mean? He's only 19, going on 20, and he's been doing this for at least since he was 15 years old. You know, he started off playing in a band, and just quick story time, and he excelled so fast. He was already getting looked at as joining the high school band when he was only in seventh grade. He don't like to say he's a drummer. He's a percussionist. He can play everything that has to do with percussions, which is the cymbals, the triangle. Correct me if I'm wrong out there, but yeah, he gets into all of that, and he just had a niche for music and how to read music and how to compose. And he made all them beats, man. He made them. He made all the beats you hear that's on my channel. All the beats, all the instrumentals you hear was made by him, bro. That's a fact. All right. Now shout out to my 15-year-old boy, Javante. Yeah, man. I got him, man. I got him. I got him. I got him. I'm a little scruff my girth right now, but it's all good though. But he turned 15 today, man. 15, man. I remember when he was just little, man, so little that I could hold him in my arm. Now, the cool fact about my son, right, Javon, about Bull, right? I want to tell y'all this. Bull was a special baby, right? He didn't cartoons. The only cartoon I honestly could say that he would actually sit there and watch was, I think, the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Shout out to them. You know, the hot dog, hot diggity dog. You know what I'm saying? So that, and that was the one part that got him up. And then the Toodle. Anyway, and he probably embarrassed me telling this, but I'm proud of this moment. But anyhow, anything else that would come on, it wouldn't calm him down. Besides ESPN, Chris Berman's voice, watching the highlights. Whoop, whoop. He doing this. Whoop, whoop. And he a baby. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that would keep him calm is watching Sports Center. Um, maybe it was the sound effects of, you know, the highlights and the dunks, and you know, and Chris Berman getting busy with on the football, and you know, he would run around the house as soon as he could, you know, sound out words. It would be whoop, whoop, whoop. You know how Chris Berman does. Um, and I just wanted to share that real quick, man. But you know, I'm proud of him, man. He's 15 today, and I couldn't be a more proud father. You know, straight A student, all of them are, and it's not easy. But look, enjoy them while they little, man, because time flies. Time flies up out there. Enjoy them while they little, y'all. But this morning, man, I wanted to come in and I wanted to do something a little different with y'all, man. Shout out to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day out there. To every mother, um, including my mom. Miss you, mommy. I do. And my wife, my mother-in-law, both of my mother-in-laws. Let me make that clear, okay? Um, grandmother, my aunts, my cousins, my sisters, man, so many mothers. And without mothers, man, you know, especially me now, I know me and my father now have a relationship now, but growing up, he was absent for not because he was a deadbeat, because of other reasons that I care not to share to get too personal. Maybe to come out one day in a book, maybe one day I'll tell the story, but not for those reasons. Neither was it prison for me. You know, me and my father. However, my grandmother was more of the matriarch of the family, and that happens a lot everywhere. You know, it's just not me in a black community where a woman is the matriarch of our family. However, depending on how tough your grandmother or the woman matriarch of your family was, It's how, we turned out. And a lot of people say, well, why people go this way or go that way? Well, I'm about to try to explain a little bit of that. Me myself, my grandmother wasn't with it. She wasn't with the smoke. She wasn't with us being no crybabies, crying about things. If we came in the house crying, running around crying about, somebody messing with us or anything like that, you was gonna stay outside until you stood up to that bully, or you wasn't coming in. Um, the work ethic, part of things. We got away with some things, but work ethic was definitely one of them. We definitely was waking up in grandma's house on the Sunday or Saturdays, couldn't really remember, in the morning, and we was wiping down windows, wiping walls down because we ran through the house, with our holding the walls, and we was wiping the fridge down, wiping the walls down, wiping the windows down, etc. Taking out the trash. So we knew what time it was when we was at grandma's on the weekend. However, we loved to go there. We just did. And I can remember things going on, and we just had so much fun with grandma, period. Grandma's getting older now, and I just couldn't, and I just want to give her a special, special thank you. And it doesn't mean that you soft, or it just means that a lot of us men are emotional because we were raised by women, a lot of women. And a lot of men can't deal with that, and they can't separate the fact, and they're not okay with that because of the stigma of the man's man saying things like, "Oh, you soft," or "You gonna make this choice." So they want to prove their masculinity, and but them being emotional with having a matriarch woman of the head of the family, growing up like most of us did, they make rash decisions which are critical to their life and everything else. You know what I'm saying? That's how people get killed. This how things like that happen because of the stigma of, what I mean, being masculine and tough and everything else. That's just how it was. We didn't grow up soft though. And I thank my grandma for that. I thank my aunts for that. I thank my mom for that. You know what I mean? We just didn't. Just wasn't like that. Middle of the hood, everybody was like that. Some people was absent, but nobody soft. It was what it was. But emotional, absolutely. A lot of us was. A lot of us are. A lot of us are. And until you become okay with that, no matter what age you is or whatever, and the things you were taught and the way your attitude is, you just pass down to your little cousin that was looking up to you, or your nephew, or whoever else that was underneath you coming up. And that's what's going on now. A bunch of emotional men raised other men. So what do you get? You know what I'm saying? Let's call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. I'm gonna talk of sports, but I just wanted to give a shout out to the mothers, man. You know what I mean, out there. And I'm gonna do the same thing on Father's Day. You dig? But let's get up into it. Now, I didn't particularly like make a whole show today. You know what I'm saying? This Mother's Day, it's a special day. Like, man, I'm coming in here. I'm gonna speak real. I'm gonna talk about some sports topics, and I'm gonna give it to y'all how I feel about things. All right. My co-host is not here. Don't have to worry about anything rubbing off on him, or anything I may say may rub off on him. No, I'm going in. I know how Truck and Chubby give it up. That's just me. And I'm gonna always be that way. That's just how it is. Period. You're gonna get that with me. Don't care. You know what I mean? Really what it is. You don't like it, change the channel. Don't hit the like button. Keep it moving. You're a scrub anyway. Clout chasers. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. With that, that's the era we're in. Clout chasing era. We're in a clout chasing. That's just what it is. Rather you come in here, you don't see nobody in the chat, you leave. Clout chaser. You don't stick around to watch. You don't hit the clout chaser. You go somewhere else. Go elsewhere. Find that place. Not to say, and if I could remember names and people who wasn't there, I would block you straight up. Because ain't that the same thing? It's the same old thing. It's like everybody. It's like the person I want to be. I want to go where everybody else is going. Find your own niche. Find your own path. Now, however, now there was some things, right? And I gotta say this because It's dealing with sports. It's dealing with one of our most prominent figures in sports, and Coach Prime Deion Sanders. Y'all know I drop real stuff, man. This is just what I do. It's news. Whether y'all want to make the news or not, you can call me a motherfucking hater. You can call me a hater. You can call me whatever you want to call me. You can say that, look, this is what he does. This is how negative he is, or whatever you want to say it is. But what I will say to you and whoever else has a problem with me saying certain things about that or anything is that, see, the difference between me and you is that I'll talk about it when it's not popular because it's has to do with sports and a prominent figure in sports. And that's what I do, sports content creation. Y'all will talk about it when it's trending, when the so-called and this is no slight to all my white people out there, but when the white media picks it up, CNN, Fox, and everybody else starts talking about it and they jumping on them, then that's when everybody else will jump on the bandwagon when it's trending. When it's not trending worthy, and I understand that's the business what we're in, but when you have a following, a consistent following, such as a lot of you out there do, whether it's trending or not, sometimes you y'all abandon y'all duties of putting newsworthy stuff out there because it's probably not going to be the most popular opinion or the most clicks. And I know that's what we're into. However, some people just that's what they like. But that's when y'all would do it. That's all I'm saying. Y'all would do it when it's going to get clicks, when it's going to make your brand grow, when a lot of people are going to pay attention to it, when your page is going to go viral because you're talking about it. Because it already went viral on everybody's news channel around the US. I'm going to talk about it because it's news, because it's out there, because it speaks to a man's character, because the character of some of the kids at Colorado football, at Colorado University, was attacked by these same coaches who look up into some of y'all same people who idolize him and everything else. So I'm going to talk about it because this is what I do and I don't hide. Y'all see my face, but it's just the truth. Now you could look it up as we're talking. I'm not going to pull up the documents. I'm not going to pull up these certain things. You look it up for yourself and you'll see. And yes, I love Deion Sanders as the football player. I love him. I do. I idolized him when I was younger. But if I could say one thing to Deion Sanders, and if he was watching me right now, I would be telling you, Coach Prime, what is going on? Why is all this stuff in your background? What happened? What happened? Can you explain that to me? We know the risk. We know the risk that Colorado University took when they hired him. They knew about all this stuff in his background. They didn't care because they knew that they was looking at a bigger check. Like mostly everybody else is looking at here. We don't care what he does as long as we talk about him on our page and 10,000 people click on it, the like button, and 10,000 people are viewing me. I don't care. I'm going to talk about him because he's popular. I don't want to talk about him in such a way to where people are going to hate me for this. But honestly, I think if I keep the same energy, if I was to meet Coach Prime and if I was to have this conversation with him and face to face, he would probably respect me more than he respect you dick riders out there. And I must say it like that because that's just what it is. Because that's what y'all do. And I think that real recognize real. He'd be like, all right, well, you're a sports content creator. It's news. I'm into sports. I'm a coach. I'm this, I'm that. I respect that. And I honestly feel that way. As long as I keep this same energy, as long as I don't go up to him acting like I never said a bad thing about him, or as long as I did not critique him in such a way, as long as I was able to keep that same energy, he would know I'm a real authentic person. That's all I'm saying there. Now, with that being said, there's things in the news about Coach Prime that we all know, and some of y'all may know. Now, did I go digging on it? No, I didn't go digging on this. Shout out to Bailey from the Coach JB and Big Smitty show. He has his own channel now, Bailey Media. I checked out one of his videos, and in the video there was a man that was running a magazine for kids who weren't being scouted for college, that didn't have the grades, that maybe had a hiccup or two in high school, that were trying to get into college. We're talking about he was helping bull riders get scholarships. He was helping tennis players, golf players, hockey players, you name it, they were doing it down in Florida. So Coach Prime came along with his name, his bravado, and everything. The name sells. It attracts people. It's shiny, and you trap a monkey by shiny things, right? And that's how we act like monkeys. We get offended when somebody call you that. But when everything is shiny, you get so attracted to it. But anyhow, let me get back to what I was talking about. So his name, it sells. He wants to go into the same magazine business. He goes into the magazine business. Long story short, Coach Prime does not hold up the end of his deal. He winds up being sued by multiple people, allegedly, for $5 million, allegedly. Okay. And then now the business falls. These same people that left this other guy, Sanders, which was a running back, which is, it's ironic kind of he has the same last name, right? Anyhow, he's a running back, professional NFL running back. And now his business is in jeopardy. Now everybody who left him that went over to Prime, they were going to get the same results for cheaper. And it's Deion, so we know we're going to get it. No, they didn't get the service. They didn't get the same service. They come back crawling to him, asking for deals. The deals never happened. The deals never happened. So what did they do? He just picks up, he just leaves the business. People still trying to get paid from that. Colorado University knows about this stuff, but to Rick George, he's a dollar sign. It's bigger than that. So was Dr. Umar actually right about them grabbing Deion Sanders and taking him up there to Colorado for a bigger check? That's exactly what that is. This is all it is. Me and my co-host just had the same conversation. It don't matter if Colorado University wins. It's about a check. So do I get mad at him for doing what he was doing? No. But am I going to report on news before the other channels do the things I learned about? Absolutely. Anyhow, so moving on. A real estate investor, some woman. She was selling some of his properties, and what she is doing a commission because he went through her as a real estate agent. Allegedly, she was not paid from our beloved Coach Prime. He dipped out on her on the bill. This is all in Texas. We already know what happened with Shiloh. Now, I don't blame Shiloh, and I wasn't attacking Shiloh with the whole bankruptcy thing that was going on. I had the documents up and everything. I deleted it because I started thinking about Shiloh. I blame his father for this because how could you stick your son with a bankruptcy note, bro? How you get out the case and not your son? We know he was wrong. He was young. He's a young man, emotional man. And that's the worst thing. He was young at the time. He was only like 17, 18 at the time, like a junior, senior in high school when the thing went down with the security guard. You know what I'm saying? Provoked by his father, wanting to be with his mother, torn in between the two homes. Was a lot going on with him psychologically that we cannot account for because we're not in them situations. But at that same time, his father sticks him with like allegedly an $11.5 million bill. Now he got to file Chapter 7 bankruptcy every state that he goes in. So everything that he's buying, and now I don't know if his father's advising him or not. Shiloh, you can't do that. You can't do this. You got to do this way. I'm just saying, y'all want to talk. I'm talking about the character of this man that we all love. And y'all wonder why wonder why I'm in my feelings about the whole Coach Prime situation, because I grew up idolizing this man. I grew up doing the Deion. I grew up rocking the Diamond Turfs. I did everything we all did. I loved Colorado in the beginning. All I did was talk about him. Jackson State University got back into the HBCU football because of him being down there paying attention to Tennessee State, Alcorn State. That's how I learned Alcorn State had a running back that was just dynamic. He was a beast because he was down there. You know what I mean? And wow, all this stuff coming out. All this stuff. And it's there. And it speaks to the character of a person and what's really going on up there. So is it really a clown show? So at the end of the day, can you really get mad at people for having a opinion on what's really going on up there? Can you really be mad at them for that? Honestly, the cameras is always rolling. So they're putting the content out. So you can't get mad at what people have to say about it. You can think you can. But then when you could start talking about the character of football players leaving the program and how they were, then but the character of the man running the show, what's going on? Why don't nobody never ask these questions to him? Why don't nobody never try to hold him accountable? Where is his accountability as a man? Where's that at? Can we talk about it today? Where is that? I guess nobody really wants to talk about those things because it don't matter. And it's just not him. In defense of Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, it's just not him that goes through things like this, that went through lawsuits and things in the public eye. We turn a blind eye from a lot of things. From a lot of things. The whole R. Kelly situation. Why am I going to bring that up? And I'm a sports content creator because it's the same thing. Because a lot of people knew from the jump that Aaliyah was only 15 and he was a grown ass man. He was trying to marry her anyway. We all knew that. I didn't stop listening to the man because it don't matter. It don't matter because it's not your household. It wasn't your niece. It wasn't your daughter. See, I don't care about these things. So nobody cares. And that's just what it is with the world. And then that's not going to change. But should that change me from not being able to provide the information and talk about this and bring it to the light? Is it? I don't have to. No, I don't have to. But I dare to be different. I dare to be different. I love being different from everybody else. I love being the guy that everybody looks that some people look at and say, you know what? He always got some crazy takes to say. I love being different. I love being that way. Unique. I love it. And it's not going to stop me from being out here in this space. I'm going to continue being that. And that no matter how it is. And if I seen him in person, when that day comes and I see him in person, I'm going to bring them same energies and I'm going to ask tough questions. Nobody never does it. They let them slide with a lot of this stuff. A lot of this stuff. Do we really know how the public at large really, really feels about Deion Sanders, Colorado? Has anybody really run around Colorado? Now, if you notice, everywhere he goes, even with the one guy with the show, the what is it? I don't know, the Stampede. That audience is there for him to watch him to ask questions. Nobody never really goes around the public in Colorado and ask them how they feel about what's really going on with the football team. I want to hear what the real people of Boulder gotta say. The real Boulder. Not the Boulder we see outside. I want to see what the people, the blue collar people that get that town working in the factories and in the stores that serve you and what they got to say about the football team and how they really feel what's going on up there. The real Boulder. Let's see what they have to say about that team. I'm sure they don't. Everybody don't gotta agree with that. But look, I'm off of that. And I just wanted to speak to the character of that. Now, moving on to something more, a little bit more light felt. Grab your coffee right now. Cheers to you out there. And I'm gonna give y'all a quick little update up on some products with Todex products that's out here sponsoring me, jeline.com and all of that. You know what I mean? So men and women, you could use both of all these stuff right here. Excuse me. This is the Freeze hairstyling wax. This is for men and women with braids, and it doesn't leave any dried up crust when you use it. It's great for your braids. It's great for your hairstyling to get it there. This is a Totex product. It's called Freeze. There's plenty more hairstyling wax that you could choose from Totex products. I advise y'all to go there, check them out, and don't forget about jeline.com. He came through. That's my guy. I now have a aftershave lotion and cologne. I love using this when I get out the shower. My wife loves it. She loves the smell on me. I don't know if y'all can see that or whatever. Let me turn it to where y'all can see it. All right. Now there's a lot of flavors that you could choose from with this. This cologne right here is super dope. I throw this on almost every day. As you can see, I'm using it because it's almost like you can see I'm using these products. I'm not just fronting on y'all, and I'm not just trying to upsell them because he really seen a vision in me. This is a beard softener and a beard growth serum from JE himself. He made this, you know what I mean? This product. So go ahead and y'all hit it www.jeline.com and you'll see about their products yourself, shop around and you look around, just tell them Truck and Chubby sent you, man. Might look out for you. Got a lot of products ready to go. And you can go to at JE line dash line on Instagram. You can also order straight from there. You can even talk to him. He'll do that for you. He's that kind of guy. Shout out to him, man. Salute. Thank you for seeing a vision, sponsor me and up out here. Bing, bing, bang. You know? And look, he didn't even have to do that, right? Speak and because I'm not a popular show. I get a couple people that watch. Nobody never really jumps in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yet and still the man came through and said, you know what, bro, I'm gonna support you, bro. Rather you popular or not. Ain't none of these people see that I didn't have a huge following and turned me away. They met me, was like, look, you're a good person, you're a good dude, authentic, and they rocked with me, man. So they followed me, they supported me, however you want to put it. There's a lot of people who did that. Um, Shout out to Mr. Dapper, Chalkzilla, you know what I mean, up out there killing it in the barber game. Poppy Blends, killing it. Salute. Heavy, salute. LB, you know what up, LB? I rock with you, Heavy. It's my barber. Salute to everybody up out there, man. Keep doing y'all thing, man. And I'll be around. I'm gonna get touched up next week, but right now I'm scruffing it up right now. Gotta look a little dirty. So moving on to the NBA right now. We are talking about the NBA. What is going on, man? And yeah, so the Knicks and the Pacers. The New York Knicks is leading the series 2-1. Right now they're leading 2-1, and it's like, okay, where are we going from here? I honestly think that the Knicks might pull this one off. The Pacers are right there. They're right there. They're right there. They're on schedule, but it's like they're missing one, just a piece, man. They're just missing one more piece, man. Miles Turner has had a phenomenal season coming into this. He got his jump shot ready, right? Tyrese Halliburton, he was in my top 5 point guards, and that's only because we wasn't picking the obvious choices when it came to point guards. We were picking, other guys and shedding some light on other guys, but he's definitely was in my top 5. Tyrese Halliburton, Young. It just seemed like they just one more piece short of having the championship caliber team. They can get the job done with the team they have now. No disrespect to them, but this is just my opinion, my hypothesis off of what I see and the information I gather upon the Indiana Pacers. I believe they're short one person. That's it. The New York Knicks, I'm surprised. They are the most surprising team to me in the NBA playoffs right now. They are, because this team was you could say it was pieced together, put together, and Jalen Brunson has been going absolutely bonkers in the playoffs. And when you look at this team, you're like, okay, so who do they really have? They got they got role players who are stepping up and they are playing hard, which makes me think that in the NBA, is it better to build your team out of the draft via trade than it is to try to build a super team? I believe so, because we are seeing that. We are definitely seeing those teams work to a T. You get you a star or two out of free agency in the NBA, build the rest from the draft. Culture matters with teams. We are seeing that. Culture matters. The more culture you have within your team, the better off it is for your team in the long run. Culture matters. Can you build culture in a off season in a couple of months? No, you cannot. It won't work. It will fall apart. As soon as things start, you take a couple of L's, things will fall apart. We see that. We see it. There's no, we just see it with all teams. Just look around. I don't care which sport you follow. Look at any team sport that you may follow. Look at the teams who try to go and get the best free agents and put a team together that way, and look at the teams who just come out of the draft and perform. in all sports. Now we got baseball, we got hockey, and we got basketball going right now, right? Look at those three sports. Look at the teams who have drafted, come out of the draft, build culture within the teams. Are those teams successful? That answers my question. That answers your question. In a team sport, culture matters. It just does. Now, I figured the Nuggets wouldn't get swept. They would get one. I asked a question though, and they got one, and they got one. So shout out to the Denver Nuggets. It's not over. It's not over by far. That team is a veteran. It's a championship caliber team. Um, I believe now the pressure goes back on the Minnesota. Y'all got to win now because it's only 2-1. Nuggets been here before. It's nothing new. You know what I mean? So they will ball up and they will ball out and they will come out to play. So look, y'all better be ready. Timberwolves. Do I think they can get it done? Yes, but y'all would have probably had a better chance had y'all went up 3-0. Now it's 2-1. I don't know. Same thing going on with the Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers series to me right now. Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell and those guys, I thought that they needed a more physical big. I thought to help Mobley. I thought that's what they needed, like a more physical guy down low. Um, obviously not. Obviously not. They have the pieces. It's just not going together very well. Now, look, they're 2-1. The series 2-1 Boston. Boston is supposed to run away with this series easily because Boston has to be the strongest team in the East. They just, they are the strongest team in the East. So they're expected to go through Cleveland. They're expected to go through whoever else they meet. I don't see nobody taking the Celtics out in the East right now. I just don't. That's just me. The only other team that possibly can beat them, in my opinion, in the NBA playoffs right now is the Nuggets, the Denver Nuggets. So, I mean, I could be wrong though. Look, I'm not I'm not bad. I'm not a basketball guy per se. I won't. I won't argue with you. I probably defer to you if you know what I mean, decided to drop some drills or give me some information upon basketball. If you sounded like you knew what you were talking about, because of the fact, you know what I mean. Look, I watch basketball. I do, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know the ins and outs and I know what it takes to be a superstar in basketball. Now, I do know things statistically what it takes, but when it just comes to just pure skill, eye talent watching, no, no, no. I'm not gonna sit there and lie to y'all and say that I do because I don't. But in my opinion, I think that the Denver Nuggets is the only team that can beat the Boston Celtics. If the Nuggets get knocked out, the Boston Celtics will reign supreme and they will be a runaway championship team this year in the NBA playoffs. That's what I wanted to say, and I had to get that out. Now, moving on. We gotta show love to the ladies, right? It's Mother's Day. Now, y'all know we waiting for the NFL season, and I mean the college football season and NFL season to commence. We are sitting back waiting, like, yo, what's going on? Can we start watching some football? Well, in the meantime, y'all, fellas, like we can support the WNBA. There's been some talks about the WNBA. People talking about, oh, well, Caitlin Clark, this Caitlin. Like, look, Caitlin Clark is bringing up this a sport for women of every religion, color, creed, whatever. And the WNBA is growing. They are now getting more money from television. There's deals on the table for them now, for them to watch their games. Like, it's sad because as a sports content creator, I have to really go do a lot of deep dig and research, like to find the game stats. They don't even put up their box score on Google. Like, how disrespectful is that? Like, they do it for all other sports. And then look, take it how you want to take it, because that's just what people do anyway and anyhow. But when I'm like, okay, so I'm trying to gather stats and information. I actually have to go to the WNBA.com to do so. Now anybody can do that. Now, whatever. But what I'm saying is that it's not available. Where to watch the game at when you Google it. Like, why? Why is none of this not available for them? But however, that's changing because of Caitlin Clark, largely because of her, Angel Reese, the star power that they hold. And I didn't think it was going to really be like that, but yes, it seems to be working. It seems to be working. This recipe that they have going on, and I'm digging it. And in the meantime, we want to watch some hoops, and watch them get busy out there. I will watch it. Now, do I still think they need more teams? I think more teams will definitely help them. It won't hurt them. But okay, I'm gonna go through the first couple games on Tuesday. I think there's 4 games, WNBA games coming on Tuesday. I'm gonna give y'all my picks on it, obviously, and then keep it at that, right? So we got the New York Liberty taking on the DC Mystics. I think the Liberty will beat the Mystics in that game. That's on Tuesday, May 14th, 7 p.m. The Indiana Fever is playing the Connecticut Sun. I actually got to meet some of the Connecticut Sun players. Super dope women, super cool, down to earth. And they all about business. You hear me? Um, and I got to see their arena and everything. It's sick. It's sick in there, bro. They probably gotta have one of the best arenas ever, bro. All I can say is if you're gonna go watch a Connecticut Sun play in person at home where they're at, and like it's, I mean, really the Mohegan Sun, um, you better have some bread. You better have some bread. That's all I got to say. They're playing inside a casino, bro. Sick, sick, bro, sick. Um, and I think that will beat the Indiana Fever though. I got them. And I'm biased. I'll admit that I'm biased. I'm not picking because of skill level or whatever else. Because I actually met them, so I'm a little biased, and that's why I'm rocking with them. So don't hold me to that, but that's why I'm rocking with them. All right, the Lynx taking on the Storm. Now, the Lynx have stepped up their game. The Storm, Seattle Storm, always solidified. This is a tough one for me right here, but I guess I would have to say the Storm only because they're at home, if that makes sense. I'll go with the Storm at home. The Mercury and the Aces. I got to go with the Aces, Las Vegas Aces, reigning champs. They fire. They're like unstoppable. Chicago Sky and the Dallas Wings. They play on the 15th, which is Wednesday. I'm gonna go with the Chicago Sky. They gonna pull out that Camila Cordoza, Angel Reese, and the other. Well, there was the only two I really know and I can really speak on from a talent evaluation type of process. Um, and that's and I know there's other players, there's stars that was on the team before that. But what I'm telling y'all is these are the two players that I personally know for talent and skill wise upon that team. Okay. I don't want to misfeed y'all any information when it comes to sports. Okay. I won't do that to y'all. I won't sit here and pretend that. But those young ladies, those women, I'm sorry, those women ball out and they go hard. I know what they can do in that for and I like that. That baby blue and gold is hard. The baby blue, black, and gold is hard for the Chicago Sky. So I'm rocking with them. All right. Chicago Sky. Let's go. Atlanta Dream and the LA Sparks. Cameron Brink brought some new energy to the LA Sparks. The Dream, uh, I don't know what's really going on with the organization down there, but they did do decent in the draft. Okay, so let's not sit there and act like they didn't. But in this game, I would have to go with the LA Sparks. I would have to go with the LA Sparks. Now, the Dream is going to bring it, and so is the Wings. But check those games out, though. All right, y'all, show some love. You know what I'm saying? This is the regular season for them. It's definitely a sport to watch. Support the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Our women out here. Support our women. In their sports. I'll do my best to do that. Y'all to go ahead and do that also. And look. It don't have to be a viral moment for you to put it up there, does it? I hope not, but I can't blame you if it's not, if that's how you want to rock out. You dig? All right. What up? What up, Cube? What up, Cuban? I see you in there. You always in the chat. Y'all ain't gotta I know this the Sunday show. Y'all ain't gotta troll. Y'all ain't gotta, get in the chat or whatever. Y'all could just kick back and watch, man. We get it in. But yeah, WNBA games, they're on Tuesday, May 14th. They start at 7 p.m. They go off at 10 p.m. And then on Wednesday, May 15th, 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. All right. So y'all check those games out. I can't even tell y'all where to watch them at, yo. It's messed up. Like that's how up this shit is, bro. I think Sling TV and YouTube Prime Time. Okay. WNBA League Pass. That's what I'm gonna say because that's the information I'm getting right now. That's how we could watch some of the games. And but see, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't check the box scores on any of the games because they don't give you that information. No news, no box score, no who scored what. It's just that it really is. It really is the way that they doing them. But hey, it is what it is. Like I guess so. All right. Look, the way that college football is going right now, um, it's all over the place. It really is. We don't know if it's going to crash and burn, but it seems to be heading in that direction, doesn't it? It seems as if college football is going to crash and burn in front of our very eyes. It is not going to be a pleasant thing when that happens. A lot of people are sad that that's going to happen, but is it inevitable for this thing to happen? For this to just be derailed? For this just happens like this? I don't know, and I hope not. I really hope not, because I love college football and what it's done for me so far as a fan. All right, now seeing Alton McCaskill has just announced that he would be going and playing for Arizona State University. I've seen some people have some things to say. Mostly was good things in the comments, but some people had some negative things to say. And that's just, that's what people gonna do, period. Let people be people. But I do want to take some side bets and I do want to get a little messy. I wonder how many yards is he gonna have versus Colorado. Do y'all think that Alton McCaskill is gonna go over 100 yards when he plays the University of Colorado when he goes over his other team? Now, some people said, now I heard this. Now, and this is something that Big Smitty said on the JB show. He said, yo, why would people want to go hard for just one team? Why want you supposed to want to go hard every game? Like, yeah, people go hard every game in football. They just do, Smitty. They do. But you would be lying if you said when you play one specific team that you didn't want to go way harder than what you've ever went before. You'd be lying. Would be lying if you said that, right? And we're not gonna start off doing that. So yeah, when they are playing the University of Colorado, it would be a Super Bowl for them, especially North Dakota State taking them out the first game. They're going to bring something. They're going to play their hardest. They're going to play like it's the last game of the season for them, like it's the championship. They're going to play that game like it's the championship game. Yes, they are. They're going to bring it, and I'm sure, and I hope that Colorado does also, because they're going to get North Dakota State's best, very best. Now, when it comes to Arizona State University, I think they played them. I can't remember if they do or not. But anyhow, yeah, they're gonna ball out. They're gonna ball out, and I do think that Old McCaskill gonna go over 100 yards. Now, I did see a lot of people talking about how undersized Dylan Edwards was. Some people that are Colorado fans. I seen that. I seen a lot of people saying that. Oh, he's undersized. He ain't gonna do this. He ain't gonna do that. He couldn't do this. He couldn't do everything that he was required to do. Blah 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 blah. Now, I tell you what. Yeah, I was watching Well Off Media a lot, and to be honest, I haven't been watching them. I don't know why. I just haven't been really keeping in tune with it and watching it. I really haven't, and I think I got my own personal reasons why. But I mean, like it's not hate or nothing. It's just like, all right, I just ain't got time to sit down and do that. I'm trying to look at more teams in a broader spectrum of things, not just lock in on one team. Right? There's a lot of other teams. Anyhow, one thing we all seen and from watching Well Off Media is that Dylan Edwards hit a home run on that defense almost at least once a practice, if not more. There's nobody on Colorado that can catch Dylan Edwards. Let this be clear right there. So y'all know I gotta get a little controversial. I gotta speak my mind. And sometimes it comes off as me being a villain. It does not. Look, I don't want to be the villain per se, but sometimes it is what it is, because I got to say things, and this is the truth, and it's a fact that can't nobody argue. So for every social media Buffalo channel out there that was saying, "Oh, with Dylan Edwards this, Dylan Edwards that, he ain't gonna do this," he's going to hit a home run on that defense. There's nobody on that defense that could catch him. We've seen it happen time after time behind the offensive line that y'all had, the bad one, the worst one, the new one. We seen him do it. It's a fact. Is it not a fact? We've seen him go ahead and hit home runs. He's going to hit a home run, a couple of them, because there's nobody on that defense that can catch him, including Travis Hunter. And Travis Hunter is fast. All right, he's fast, talented, but he can't catch him. Can't catch Dylan Edwards. He's gonna have a hell of a game that game. I'm I'm taking him to go over $150. And why am I saying that? Because I think he's gonna get like 50 tough yards, and he's gonna hit like 2-3 home runs on them. He might go for more. He might go for more, bro. They know what he could do. He's going to light that team on fire, bro. It's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait to watch that game. I can't wait to see that one. And the Twitter spaces be funny, right? I'm on there and I'm looking at who was it? I think it was Delvin the Truth. I think I want to say it was him or whatever. Shout out to him, man, doing his thing, whatever. Talking about Oregon and how Oregon, Dan Lanning, lost the first game to a major coach, Georgia. They lost to Georgia. They got a blowout win versus Georgia when Dan Lanning first took over Oregon, right? Like, so it was like, oh, is his first year playing? Like, man, we can't keep giving him them first year excuses. He didn't clean house in Oregon. So there's no excuse. They got their ass whooped by Georgia. Y'all got your ass whooped by Oregon. There's no excuses. He clean like I don't care about the first year shit. You know why? Because he changed the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know it's old, and I know people like, oh, it is old. He changed the team. He picked the players. He told everybody to go. He brought in his own team. He changed that up for him. He did that. Because let's say things would have worked out that way, we would have been like, oh, he's a genius. He cut everybody, brought all these players in, and they went 8-4, 8-5. We'd have said that was genius, right? So in the same sense, come on, like they did not do well, and he cut everybody else out. So let's just keep it there. Like, keep it right there. You got your ass whooped. Stop talking shit, Dalvin. The truth. Shut the fuck up. And let's just wait and see what's going on with this year. Because if things don't go right, that team is going to fall apart. It does not take a truck and chubby to recognize this. Now, I know the sport of football. I know the chemistry you must have within the locker room. And when that shit falls apart because of all the mercenaries and how that team builds, the first time they get smacked with adversity, it's only going to be a few people holding up in there. It's only going to be a few people still holding on. Because I'm telling you, I'm letting you, but so win, you got to win first. Then talk all the shit you want to talk. But up until then, like, y'all not even seeing them this year. Y'all never gonna play them. They're never gonna be there. They're in two totally different leagues. Two totally different leagues. Oregon is a top tier football team that is already favored to be in a college football national championship, one of the remaining four. Period. Texas, let's go Horns. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we up in there. Georgia, Ohio State, and Oregon. You know, other than that, you talking like I don't be getting a lot of that. Like, could we say that Shador Sanders is the best quarterback in the Big 12? Probably. Probably. Could you say that? Probably. Yeah. A talent for talent. But I think I'm gonna break that down to y'all with some videos. Try to bring y'all some videos and try to break that down a little bit more upon that. Like, You know what I mean? We'll go quarterback for quarterback because to me, I think a quarterback that y'all sleeping on in the Big 12, the Quan Finn. I'm telling y'all sleeping on that Baylor quarterback. I'm telling y'all are. I'm a big I seen what he can do at Toledo. People say, oh, and the first thing people say is, oh, it's group of five. That's all the fuck y'all got up there in Colorado right now is a bunch of group of five players. Let's call it what it is. That's all they got everywhere is a bunch of group of five players that y'all grabbing out of the best of group of five. Everybody's doing it. I don't. That's where they're grabbing their players from. I don't care what y'all talk. They're grabbing their players from the best of the group of five players that are out the remaining talented, and y'all putting them on rosters. That's where he come from, group of five quarterback. But not only was he wasn't just an average group of five quarterback in the MAC. He played in the MAC. Number one, let's put some respect on the MAC because there's some teams that will put the smack down on you. That's in the MAC, and Toledo is one of them teams. They normally do very well over there. About of Eastern Ohio because you know what I mean they do their thing. Let's not front on Toledo. I mean Western Ohio. Excuse me. Let's not front on Toledo. He's from Detroit. 6'2". I think he's what 210, 215, something like that. He's very mobile. He's very mobile. He ran like a back when he tucked the ball. He can make all the throws. Go look at the film, bro. Just look at his film. DeQuan Finn, bro. DeQuanFinn. He's at Baylor right now, bro. And I'm telling you, he is legit I think I like the way that things is coasting with him right now because he's not super overhyped but people are put on notice about him and it definitely should be because I don't know if I think Baylor going to upset a couple teams this year. I think Baylor is going to upset a lot of teams this year. They're going to watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you, and it's going to be largely because of DeQuan Finn and the way that they put that defense together this year. In the Big 12, we know what. Look, we know what Oklahoma State going to do. We know what they're going to do. Ollie Gordon is just a man possessed against boys. Like he's probably going to be the runaway running back, the running back winner again this year. You said you left Miami out the national championship picture, Chubbs. Hey, yo, look, bro, like, bro. Miami, you know what? I love the Canes. I love the Canes fans. But like I said, I would like to see. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this with all fairness. All right. I know you are. I know you are. But this is. I want to say this with all fairness with Miami, right? I believe the Miami Hurricanes fans need to calm the hell down. This is just me, Truck and Chubby. This is my opinion, my hypothesis. Let Cristobal cook. Things happen slowly. Okay. Things don't happen overnight. You're not going to just run into overnight success with having, you know what I mean? It's not just going to happen that way. Okay. He got some good, great players up out of the portal and everything else. Now he has to get them ready for the culture of the team. It's going to be hard to do that for any teams moving forward in college football because of the way the transfer portal was set up and the way it goes on to do that. You said, hold on, how much longer he need to cook? I think you just let a coach just do him, bro. I just think you just honestly, my opinion, and maybe that's the Steeler fan in me because I'm so used to having just one coach. No matter if he does good, no matter if he does bad. Like if you love your team, you love your team. Period. You're not going to change on your team, no matter how bad they do, no matter how good they do. But let them try to build a culture. Let him build a culture up there, man. Let him build a culture. Whether y'all have a surprise season this year, y'all only get the 9 wins. I know everybody down there wants to get the 10 and 11 wins, and that very well may happen. It could happen. But if it doesn't happen, like I wouldn't want to. I'm all I'm saying is don't be upset. Don't be like, let's get him out the door. You got to remember, like, there's not people when you piecing that the team together like that with mercenaries. They don't have that culture, that same respect for that school and everything else like that. That little stuff matters, and in the locker room and football, you could put all this. You could stat pad. You could pad the stats all you want. You can get a running back who had 2,000 yards last season. Don't mean he gonna go down to the U and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you could get a quarterback who threw for 50 touchdowns last season. Don't mean he gonna do that at the U. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be the little things that Miami provides that can have these young men off tracks. Look all them fine young ladies down there that's going on down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, like all them, all the stuff that could be a distraction to you down there in South Beach and Miami and all that stuff. Like those young men are going to enjoy that lifestyle and that life. That's part of just being down there, living the college life. Like, and it could be things like that knock them off track. But I'm just saying, like, I just wish they had more patience with the youth. That's all I'm saying. And that's me speaking at exactly where I came from when I'm talking about being a Steelers fan. And not we only had three head coaches in our whole franchise thing. Three. That's why there's a culture in Pittsburgh. Period. Gotta have some kind of culture. Do bad, good, bad. And I think the U is going to surprise some people. I got them winning 10 games, and I think 10 games is going to be enough to make them. To be honest, I think that's still going to get them in the ACC championship game. I think that's going to be it. I don't really see nobody in the ACC going super undefeated. I don't think Florida State is the top team to me in the ACC. I would say if I had to pick a top team in the ACC, I definitely would be going with the U. Let's just say that. But at the same time, I don't want everybody's expectations for them to go through the roof and be mad if the season does not turn out the way it want to be. Like, just be patient with the process. Like, and I understand, like, everybody, y'all want to win right now. I don't know how many years he's been there. Like, has he been there for 5 years already? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just calm down. Like, I had so much turnover in the staff, and that's not good. That's not good. When this coach is leaving, that coach is leaving. This coach comes in, that coach comes in. Got to implement new systems. Got to learn new systems. Got to put this in there. Got to learn this. Got to learn that. Like that's too much. Too much going on. At least keep the same coaching staff. The same. Let's keep some of the same coaching staff. Keep them in place. Because they moving in the right direction for sure. For sure, moving in the right direction. He said you going to allow Dion to cook? It don't matter. Me and Shad just talked about this. It don't matter if Dion cooking or not in Colorado. I talked about it at the beginning of my show to speak into the character of him a little bit. It don't matter. Colorado, Rick George got what he wanted up out of Dion, and that was a check to make Colorado irrelevant. It don't matter. Dion ain't gonna be there. Dion gone. Dion is gone. Everybody knows he's leaving. His daughter left. Um, Travis, Shador, and Shiloh are probably going to be drafted next year. Don't matter what round they're drafted in, they're all going to go to good organizations. They're getting up out of there. I wouldn't be surprised if, for some reason, what Shador did was on purpose to drop his draft status with the tweet and everything that he did. And if there's not more antics that he does to try to drop, so that Jerry Jones can get all three of those young men. And Deion Sanders will be brought up on there as some kind of position coach in the NFL. I don't think he'll go as far as making Deion the head coach of that team, but I wouldn't be surprised neither if it was done that way because he's a walking paycheck. And that's all he has is to these people. And that's why at the same time I can't hate on Deion for what he's doing in the social media and everything because they're looking at him like he's a piece of meat in the meat market in the check and getting a check. So he like, okay, I know what it is. Y'all looking at me for a check, so I'm gonna get the money and I'm gonna do it how I want to do it. And that's just what it is. So it really don't matter when it comes to that. It don't matter. He got all the Colorado fans fooled though. He got a whole the prime sexuals, the prime Mets, the Dion Knapsack holders, the Dion Dingleberries, all those guys and all the social media, they're fooled. people are really fooled into thinking that this is really something good. Like it's a clown. Like when he leaves, that shit gonna fall apart. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly for them. It's gonna be ugly for them. They're gonna go right back in it. Like that's why they're trying to get the money they can right now. They try to start a baseball team. That's what the hell they need up there is a damn base. They need a damn hockey team. I don't know what the hell going on with it. Something. They need something else because when he gone, it's just gonna fall up. It's gonna be ugly up there. I think the way that it's going right now, in my honest opinion, the team will fall apart and it would be worse off than when he got there. I don't think he leaves them in better shape when he leaves. I would hope that's what his plan is, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't that's not a desirable location if he's not there. It is what it is. You just go. You're gonna get a certain type of player up at the University of Colorado. Like there's nothing there for the type of player that you need. Like let's just call it what it is, bro. Like you ain't gonna get a whole bunch of what I mean, young black men out that or just, I don't even want to say that because music is universal and a lot of people listen to certain things. You're just not gonna get certain kids up there. You're not. Just not gonna do it. It's just not that. It's not. If he's not there, it don't work. And a lot of them know that, but it don't work. Excuse me. Cheers. But I'm not worried about them, and it don't matter. But Miami, yes. Please be patient, Hurricanes fans, because I have something great going on at the University of Miami. Y'all have something so great going on. Just be patient. Just rock out. Just rock out. Listen to South Coast Kane, Cuban Kane, and Shaq. Listen to them. Um, they're harsh on the Miami Hurricanes because they love their team. Because they love them. That's why they're harsh. Because they actually care. If they wasn't saying the things they were saying and trying to hold some of the media accountable, then y'all should be worried. But Shad 1419, South Coast Canes, Cuban Kane, Cuban Dumas, they love them. They love them. And they talk like that because they care for the university. Not because they don't care. They want the university to succeed. They want to see it do well. And that's all I have to say because they care, period. That's why they talk the ish they do. And that's why they bring it the way they do because they really care. And they're going to tell you things that the other propaganda Miami channels are not going to let you know. Yeah, they're going to give you the good, but they're also going to give you the real. And it's not necessarily negative or bad. Like, why do we confuse the truth with being negative? Like, do you want the truth or do you want to lie? Which one do you want? Do you want the truth? Do you want the lie or you want the truth? You can't have, you know what I mean? Can't have both. But they're just being truthful on how they feel about the Hurricanes. I've learned so much listening to you guys and the way that y'all converse about the university. And it's the same thing going on there. I see a lot of the same thing, a lot of propaganda. You got guys out there that's hyping up the train and saying this and saying that. And that's because y'all do got like if we being honest, y'all do got one of the best quarterbacks in college football playing for y'all. Cameron Ward is one of the best football quarterbacks in college football. Let's just call it what it is. He is. Like he tore the Colorado Buffaloes up. He tore they ass up. Dion said seen them doing them so bad. He said, Shador, come on, come on. He pulled Shador out of the game. Like you hurt. Come on. You can't you ain't about to do what he about to do to our defense. So come on out. Let's not he did them dirt. And but he did a lot of teams like that though. He did a lot of teams like that. He can move the ball. I mean, you got Damian Martinez running back, fire. I got pieces, you know what I'm saying? I know there's some concerns in the secondary, some concerns on the defensive line, but you know, look, y'all got a squad, but just be patient, man. Be patient, approach it humbly, And I think great things is gonna work out for the University of U. I know I'm rooting for y'all because I got mad love for y'all because I got mad U supporters. And that's just my advice from being an outsider on it. Which I know Texas, baby. Texas. We taking it all this year. We taking it all this year. Texas. Yes, we are. I don't care nobody. So we taking it all this year. We got two great quarterbacks. Quinn Ewers. He probably, you know what I mean? Then we got Manning. Manning gonna come in, he gonna light it up too. Let's not forget that, bro. The running back position is a little bit, you know what I mean, questionable for me, but we'll see we'll see what's going on with that. But I mean, when it comes to like defense, right? See, wait, we ain't missing the beat in Texas, bro. Like the coaching staff is learning, I would say, because I've seen a lot of experts rate the coaching staff as a B. But look, like we already a heavy favorite to be in the top four when we talk about the Longhorns. So I know what time it is. I see the sign back there. I ain't from Texas, but I fuck with them Longhorns though, heavy. So let's go. Let's go. Man, look, I appreciate y'all kicking it with me, man. Shout out to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day. Tell your wife I say Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mom I say Happy Mother's Day. Tell your sister I say Happy Mother's Day if she's a mother. Praying for everybody up out there that y'all have a blessed day, that y'all enjoy it with y'all loved ones, that everybody gets home safely, that you wake up tomorrow energized and have a great day tomorrow at work. All right. In the name of Jesus. Amen. All right. I give y'all that, man. I ain't a saint. I ain't a saint. I do believe, but I ain't no saint. And I ain't about to, you know what I mean? No, man. But y'all look, y'all have a good one, man. Don't forget to check out my guys, my people's up at Totex Cosmetics, TOTEX Cosmetics, JE dash line LINE.com to get your beard products and your men products and all that good stuff, man. Shout out to them. Peace up out of here, dog. Y'all know how I'm doing it, man. You know how I be giving it up.
Want to see Truck and Chubby live and co-host Shad? Tune in at Fans Point of View, Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Time. But in the meantime, in between time, enjoy the content. Don't forget to hit your notification bell for all updates. Thank you for watching.